Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. This is the Canadian WhiskyTuber blind. What do we call it? I forgot what we called it. WhiskyTuber Blending Challenge. Welcome everyone. Just if you don't know, what we did is I reached out to a couple Canadian fellow whiskey tubers, myself, Rob from Whisky in the Six, Swami from Montreal, Mark from Whisky Whistle, Vito from Cask Strength, and Trenny C from Trenny C. Their challenge was to blend between 3 and 10 whiskeys. We'd send them to each other. We'd do it blind, pick which one we liked the most, and then we'd crown the winner. So real quick, just want to introduce some people that are with me in the chat or in the link right now. We got Mark from Whisky Whistle. Say hello, Mark.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Jeremy. Super Social Club. Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you in person. That's great. Do I get a bit of time to talk about my experience yet, or just say hello now?
Just say hello. We'll go to Rob. Okay. We'll go to Vito, and then I'll do the results of the winner, and then we'll go back to you real quick.
Perfect.
So go ahead, Rob.
Hey guys, what's going on? Is it popping up on my side? Can you guys hear me okay?
You're in there.
Awesome. Hope you all are doing well and have something nice poured.
What's going on, guys? Vito here with some Bunnahabhain 12. And yes, thank you to Jeremy, first of all, for organizing all this.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, Jeremy. A lot of little, micromanaging to make sure everything went smoothly. You still had a little bit of hiccups from some of the whiskey reviewers out west, but
yeah, those guys out west. I looked back today. I sent this thing out in January, like mid-January is when I sent the first email asking you guys if you want to be a part of it. And it just still today is when we finally got everything like sorted and done. So it took a while for sure. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the results. Here is everyone's who they voted for and the kind of breakdown. If I can share that. You guys can see that. So this is the results. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. These are what everyone picked. It was really close between, I guess, myself and Mark were the two front runners. If you watched all the videos, it kind of came down to us two. So the way it scored was if you ranked at number 1, you got 5 points. Second was 4, third was 3, 2 and 1, so forth and so on. So the winner, after everything was tallied, and just one more thing, Trenny and C's, I combined their score as an average, so it would work out because there were 2 of them voting versus just one of their samples. And the winner is...
We need like a drum roll. There we go.
Super Social Club, I won. Yes, I am the master blender. It was really close, just 2 points above Mark. Mark, it was a close one, but yeah, I just beat you out a bit. I think it was probably because I ranked yours 3rd, and I think you ranked mine. I go back and see, but it was really, really close. Whisky in the Six came 3rd. Vito right behind him, just a half point shy.
Half point. That killed me when I saw that.
Yeah, it was so close. Montreal, 4th place, and then Trenny C with just 7 lonely points. Unfortunately, when you blend purely Canadian whiskey, it's like you're bringing a knife to a gunfight, right? We all have these like nice Scotch whiskeys. They thought they had to do Canadian whiskey only, but I mean.
But at the same time, it's funny because, like, think of it from an American standpoint, right? It's like one of the guys made an all Canadian blend, and all the Canadians hated it.
Yeah, right. All right, so we're just gonna go through real quick. Mark, I know you're kind of busy. You're outside a liquor store. Why don't you just say real quick what you took away from the competition, what you liked about it? If we did it again, maybe something you'd change. Go ahead, real quick.
For sure. Anyway, first of all, Jeremy, thank you so much. And Sipper Social Club finally rose off my tongue. For a while, I was saying Social Sippers Club. So Sipper Social Club. Great to get to know you. In fact, we've only really kind of been in each other's I don't know, line of fire now, let's say for about 6 months or so, 8 months. I mean, anyway, so great to know you, and really thank you so much for putting this together and getting all these great guys from different channels together to join forces into this event that, you know, really took over the Whiskey Tube sort of viewership for the last week. So that's kudos to you. And as for me, I was really excited to sort of try something that I've never done before. At least I've never done it for anybody else, to think about what do I like about whiskey and then create something totally different from where we started. So that was really fun. And then just the enjoyment of watching all of you guys try my whiskeys, the whiskey that I made, and seeing what you said and how close you really got to what I put in there. So really cool. That was really amazing for me. And I think going forward, I think what I would do, and this is something that Trenny C mentioned, is to blend for your audience. And what I should have recognized when I look at all of you guys is that, Rob and Jeremy, Vito, Swami, you guys are really heavily interested in sherried whiskeys and peated whiskeys, without a doubt. And that does seem to be the theme for this age of Scotch whiskey drinkers. So I could have been a little bit more in tune with the audience. But on the other hand, I had to be true to myself and think, you know what? I am head over heels with bourbon matured whiskeys. And I want to put something that is going to make your head spin by putting a little bit of that tiny little bit of Little Mill, which I think just totally made the blend for my whiskey. But anyway, so that was what was great for me. And yeah, you're right. I'm actually at a Crown Royal event right here in Winnipeg at the liquor marts, and my wife bought 2 tickets for this, so I'm getting to try Crown Royal XR and their new Noble Collection French oak cask. So really excited about that. And I won't be able to spend too much time. I see Swami there now. Hey, Swami, good to see you. But I'll pop back in when this is done. If you're still on, I hope you are. And then we'll be able to have a little more time together. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much. I loved all your whiskeys, and I actually really like Trenny C's Canadian whiskey blend, and I'm really happy too that I actually picked out, I think two or three of the whiskeys that were in their blend. So I'm really happy, and I really enjoyed it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. And I'll just say a quick thank you again. And again, this is Mark from Whisky Whistle. Really appreciated being involved. And I'm looking forward to round 2. And I think we should maybe go up to, I don't know, maybe seven channels. I know at least one more that we should invite.
All right. Well, yeah, Mark, thanks so much. Yeah, I totally agree that we should, if we do this again, we'll make it a huge event. And really appreciate you coming on. One thing I just wanted to say, that the competition was between 3 and 10 whiskeys. You threw a blend in there, which is probably like 3 or 4 more whiskeys. So if you beat me, I was gonna have to disqualify you anyway. So I'm glad that
we get the Manitoban to circumvent the rules.
Yeah, you had probably like at least 20 whiskeys in there. So
no, there was exactly 10.
Yeah, but the Johnny Walker Green, that's 4 whiskeys. So you're at 13 already.
I put a blend in the blend.
That's right. Yeah, you put a blend in the blend.
We gotta iron out the rules for next time.
Anyway, guys, I'll catch back with you in a while. Thanks a lot. Sorry I have to cut it early, and we'll see you very soon. Okay, I'll pop back in a little while.
All right. Cheers, Mark. Have a good one.
Have a good one, Mark.
Enjoy.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Swami. See you guys. Bye, Rob. Bye, Vito.
Yeah, buddy.
Jeremy, thanks.
Take it easy, man. Have a good one. One thing I just wanted to say real quick about what Mark was saying about how, a lot of us were able to pinpoint some specific whiskeys in the blends. And I thought that was really cool. It kind of just goes to show you, like, you know, the palatability and like the familiarity with the whiskey. I thought that was awesome that a lot of you guys, pretty much everyone actually, was able to pick out very specifically the exact whiskey that was in some of these blends. I thought that was really cool. Swami, why don't you say hello since you came a little late?
I apologize for being late. I was checking in on game number 2 of Leafs in the Eastern Conference Final. Oh wait, that isn't the case, is it? Now I forgot.
It's okay. They're playing golf with the Sens since Sen's been practicing since early winter.
Yeah, we're gonna beat you at that too. So had a lot of fun. It was a great time. I got to talk more and find out more about Vito, who I didn't know too much before this blend challenge, and it seems like a really nice guy. And I actually checked out a bit of their channel, and it was really cool, kind of chatting back and forth with mini me over here. So it was a great time. Honestly, I liked some of the blends. Some of them were interesting. I really enjoyed Jeremy's a lot. I'm not saying that because he did the competition. Honestly, thought it was really well done. The reason why I picked Mark's overall was honestly from what I said in my video. It was just balanced. It was very much what I thought a single malt would taste like, even though it actually had blended malt in there, but it was still a blended single malt that was in their Johnny Walker Green label. So yeah, that's why I ended up picking up Mark. Rob's was good too. Anyways, the video itself, it was just fun making it because I just had a lot of fun doing it. And the challenge itself was fun because I haven't done much with any of you guys in quite some time. I've been really busy with real life, and it's kind of fun getting back into the community a little bit and having fun with you guys. So I haven't drank yet, so I don't know what to say yet. I have to get drunk a little bit, and then I get to be.
Oh, God. No, I think the whole community thing was great, right? Because it kept us like talking and communicating throughout the whole thing. It's like a little friendly competition too, so I thought that was really good. I just want to real quick say hello to everyone in the chat. There's a lot of people here. Mash and Drum, Jason Fisk, Jeremy Sims, Gretchen, Mark, Goins, Go Habs. We got Donald in here, Jason Coates, Jason Fisk, I said, I think. Josh. Who else? Williams in the house. Moose is in the house. Dram Dude. Lots of guys. GJ Beacon's here. What's up, everyone? Donner Pass. Big crowd tonight.
Cool. What did everyone? There was a lot of people in the chat earlier talking about how much they enjoyed watching all our videos. I'm curious now that there's a couple more people in to see, if everyone enjoyed it as much as we did, because it was a lot. This was a lot of fun, and it really. So, my personal thought about all this was that like I'm still relatively fresh into whiskey. Like I'm just over a year into drinking and like, exploring whiskeys. So like this was a lot of, it was super stressful. First of all, like I was stressing over my blend for weeks, and Jeremy in the chat can probably attest to that because I kept on going to him for advice, being like, I think I should add more of this. I think I should do some of this. But it was a lot of fun to do this, and especially with people that I've met. Obviously Rob and Jeremy because they're super close to me, but I've never talked to Swami. Trenny C and Mark.
You left me some comments on my page a couple of times.
Yeah. But never really talked to like one-on-one or like in like a group setting. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do this and meet some new cats and test our blending abilities. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what was your like main focus for your blend? Because like I guess we all had like our own kind of style and our own kind of thought process that went into the blend itself. So just like real quick, let's just go through everyone. And what was your main kind of goal or thought process when you were blending?
Starting with who?
We'll start with Vito again, and we'll go Rob, then Swami.
So like for mine, I wanted to kind of play with the dominant flavors that I got out of each whiskey. So I actually I went through a bunch of different whiskeys before I landed on the final four that I chose. But the one that was always in the blend was Bunnahabhain 12, which is what I'm drinking right now. just because it's super approachable for me, and it allows for me. I thought it would allow a lot of play in terms of flavors that I added into it. And then I wanted to have a peated Islay and a Highland, and I ended up going with doing the Fire and Cane, so that I had 2 competing peats. One, so that ashy campfire peat, and then a more dense earthy peat from the Fire and Cane, to kind of hopefully maybe throw you guys off a bit into what you were kind of guessing, but still kind of mingle and play well with each other. And then I put in the Jameson to just kind of bring down the ABV a bit, and to put just a bit of grain and chocolate into it to kind of lighten out the peat a bit. And like for me, when I'm sitting with it for a while and drinking it at the time, it was like, I think I mentioned it in my video too. It was like I just stumbled upon this like smoked salted caramel oat cookie, and I got to it and I was like, I can dig where this is right now, and I bottled it and sent it out.
Yeah, now for you, like your blend definitely gave me the most, threw me for the loop. I think, like, even though yours was just 4 whiskeys, right? I just poured a little bit here. It did throw me for sure. I think it's the Irish whiskey in there that kind of, made the whole thing a little confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I was really able to pick out. I don't think I called any of the whiskeys that you had in here.
Let me pour a little bit.
I know someone who did actually call one of the whiskeys that he had in there.
Yeah, you did.
Lagavulin.
Yeah.
I said there was,
you said the Lagavulin 12, and then you're like, maybe it's a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rob, you nailed his blend for sure.
I honestly, I think the only one that I couldn't get, maybe because there was a blend in the blend, was Mark's. But everybody else's I pretty much nailed. Like I feel like I knew exactly what at least one of the whiskeys or the base of each of the blends.
Yeah.
My base was Lagavulin 12, and then I tried to balance out that with a little bit of younger whiskey, some lower ABV whiskey, but nothing like too low in ABV. I think the lowest ABV whiskey in there was 46%. So,
real quick, Mash and Drum with the super chat. Here's a little gong for you, buddy. He's saying, great job with the blending series and all your channels. Blends allow whiskey lovers to get creative, make something great. Cheers, boys. Thanks a lot, Jason. Have a good one, man. So yeah, Rob, going back to what you're just saying, like you really did nail. I think actually I guessed that you had some Lagavulin 12 in yours, and you definitely guessed that Vito had Lagavulin 16 in his.
Yeah, I thought you had Highland Park 18, and then I knew there was a peated whiskey in there, but I would never have known that it was an Octomore because it was like so like in the background. And I knew there was sherry whiskey in there, and I definitely picked out that there was Macallan, but I thought it was the classic cut.
Yeah, I think that there was definitely some Macallan in there, some addition too. And you were right about the Highland Park. I mean, it was the Highland Park 25-year-old, just a small amount though. But maybe that Cask Strength, Cavalan maybe threw you off a bit, or maybe
Cavalan threw me off because of the sulfur.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Edwardauer or Ben Nevis. It just had like so much sulfur to it. I should have guessed Glendronach 18 because it's one of my favorite 18-year-olds, but I just wouldn't have figured you would have put that in there for some reason. I thought you were going to kind of go off the charts completely.
Yeah. Jason's asking, was there any ground rules to how much or how little you could add? No, the only rules were just between 3 and 10 whiskeys. Any kind of whiskey you wanted. Didn't matter what region, and those are the only real rules. Trenny C seemed to think it was a Canadian only for some reason, but no, any whiskeys you wanted. As long as it was whiskey, you could put it in there. So, Swami, what was your kind of thought process to your blend?
Well, mine was kind of simple. A bunch of companies paid me. They told me what they wanted in the blend. And after that, I just, I did what I was told to do. So I put those blends in and sent it out to you guys, and I got, a good $300 each. So it was nice. No, honestly, I just I picked my favorite go-tos. The guys, and then I added the tomatin just to add some cask strength to it. But I kind of went for my go-to whiskeys that I normally drink on a regular basis and thought maybe they'd be fun together. So I picked out my 2018 and 2017 whiskeys of the year. And then I just really, really loved the Anok 18. And, you know, I wanted to add it in there. And the Tomatin was just like a little extra.
Yeah, I think, Rob, you did a good job of deciphering Swami's whiskey. I'm pretty sure you said that there was some Cohoman in there. And I forget what else you said, but you were pretty bang on, I think, for a little bit of Swami's blend, too.
Well, I know Rob is a big fan of the Anok 18. I thought he would have picked it out in there.
That one's a tough one, though, because it's kind of like it's one of the more subtle, like the Anok 18, the Balblair 18, the Glengoyne 18, those are pretty subtle. So if you're putting them up against like a Cask Strength Isla, it's pretty tough. You know what I mean? To nail that down.
Yeah, I guess like for me and my blend, like I went obviously heavy on the Oloroso sherry. Those 4 whiskeys, the Glendronach 18, the Cavalan Oloroso, the Abalur Buna, and the hell was the other one? Oh yeah, the Macallan edition too. That was like the main base. That was like at least 60% of my blend. And then I went in with a little bit of peat with the Talisker 18, and then just a touch of that Octomore. I think I only poured in a ½ ounce of the Octomore just because I knew that it would bring it up so heavy in the peat. I just wanted a tight, small little amount on the finish there. And then, yeah, I thought it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, no, yours was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great. I even said it in my video. If it went for taste, I would have picked Jeremy's first, Rob's second, and I'll be honest, it would have been probably Mark second to last because, you know, fuck Trenny C. But other than that, like everybody else would have been wonderful. And you know, I really like the taste of yours, and Rob's had a really good taste. The only thing I found, my only issue with Rob, and it's probably not going to be like that if I let it sit and let it open up, is I found that the finish was kind of lacking on Rob's, but I found the palate, the entry point was really nice, and the nose was nice on Rob's. But I found like the finish was too weak, and yours was very lingering and lasting. Same with Vito. Vito had a really nice finish. But by the end of my video, I don't know what it was. I was filming at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired that everything was so contrasting in taste. I don't know if it happened to the rest of you guys, but just
we're still talking about whiskey here, right, Sonny? Everybody's finishing, tasting great.
Heyo.
yeah.
Well, let me bring up one more time just exactly who voted for what, because I think it was kind of interesting. Swami, I know that I put up yours. I voted for yours second.
Yep.
I really liked the finish on yours. I think I mentioned that you know, your finish, that like kind of hickory kind of style, the peat, whatever it was there, really did it for me on the finish. But no one else really voted for yours that highly, I don't think.
I put him in third just because, like, I'm drinking his right now, and it's fantastic. But just yours, Jeremy, yours and Mark's were just like, I don't know, man. It was just like a bit better for my palate.
Yeah.
Like if Rob's and sorry, if yours and Mark's didn't exist, this would have won for me because it is really, really good.
Right.
Honestly, I don't understand why anyone would get mad about where it was voted. I've said this on my channel a bazillion times, and I'll keep saying it. Taste is taste. You can't get angry at someone for what their taste profile and what they prefer in life. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
The subjectivities
for sure. Yeah.
Anyone that would get offended by the ranking is kind of juvenile. So I was very happy that you guys tasted it, and I was happy with the results. I didn't get emotional knowing I was second to last. I was like, cool, you know. I just you know.
My biggest, I think, regret was putting it into a bigger bottle, because if I would have like started like small, just did like little like concoctions and then decided what I was gonna do, I would have been happier with the final result. But I was just like adding into the bottle and then tasting as I went. So
see, that's what I did. I did the opposite. I did what you wanted to do. I was doing small little things in like vials like this, right? And just kind of putting in minuscule amounts of each. And then when I found proportion that I want. I just multiplied them and put them into a big bottle.
Yeah.
I learned.
And I did let it sit for about a week before I bottled it for you guys. So I'll just let it mingle and whatnot.
Yeah.
I learned that cocaine numbs the senses when you do tasting, so I did not do that again.
Well, the way I did is like I put everything I wanted to in a bottle, tasted it, and then either added some more stuff as I went through to kind of balance it the way I wanted it to go. And then I let it sit for at least 3 weeks, I think, before I bottled it. I think that's the key too, is like letting it marry together. I think is kind of key. I know I did that with when I do finishings in barrels, like small little barrels. I always let that marry. If I'm doing a couple batches together, let that marry for a while before I bottle it.
Right.
That might be.
Is Clementine joining us?
What's that?
Clementine, you coming in or what?
I don't think. I think they're busy until 9:30, which is now. So I don't know.
They have the link, so hopefully they'll come in.
All right.
Or they may just avoid the chat altogether for the humiliation.
They don't want to face the public shame.
Do you guys have you guys watched The League?
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted. Do you want to set up like a sacco for them?
Yeah, right.
Who's gonna be Taco?
I feel like it would either be me or you.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to lose.
Make a whiskey blending challenge. I'm gonna put some rub in this.
I don't know why. It's honestly, I'll be honest. I haven't had very many 100% corn whiskeys in my life. Right? I'm not king on Canadian whiskeys like Rob is and Jeremy and stuff. So I haven't had too many. So the corn whiskey, because of its sugariness, I've had bourbons where there's corn in the mash and stuff, but I never had a full blend, like a full-fledged 100% corn whiskey. So to me, the sugariness was coming off with the rye a lot like rum. So that's why I kept on smelling and nosing rum.
I could see that. Like for me, I thought it was a bourbon base because of the corn whiskey.
Mm.
I was when I was rewatching my film, the footage, like for my video, I was like, holy God, I thought it was a bourbon. It was all Canadian, but I was
I knew it was rye.
I smell peanuts. I smell that corn dust, and I was like, "This is a bourbon. This has to be a bourbon."
I knew it was a rye. I kept on mentioning rye, but I kept on mentioning rum. And after when I watched the thing that he had in there, I felt like such a fucking moron. I was just like, oh yeah, I said rum like 300 times. I was like,
it was fun though. It was like the afterwards realizing like, oh, I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
Swami, I loved you did the best editing in yours. I loved when you picked Mark as your top one, and then right to the clip of him knocking over that bottle of Karen.
He's so pompous. I have to knock him down a peg.
That was great. That was great. I really liked that.
That was pretty awesome. I love that.
You can watch that clip over and over and over again. It never gets old.
I wasn't watching Mark when that happened, like his channel when that happened. And when I saw it on Swami's video, I was like, that can't be real. Like I think that's so sad. I cried a bit when I saw that happen.
That was too funny.
Well, Mark's face when the thing is going over, it's so priceless. She's like, woo!
The first thing I thought of when I did that video was like, I'm totally putting that clip in there.
That was great. That was so good.
I thoughtfully thought of every single last one of you when I put an image in. I put Rob was the stereotypical pizza Italian. And I only put Vern Troyer not because he's small or looks like Vito. It's just everyone keeps on calling him Mini-Me, so I just thought for
Who are these people?
if you're in our chats, I keep saying it. Well, it's because when anyways, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But and for you, sir, the reason Eraserhead came in there is very simple. It's just your hair from your old default picture.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get my hair. My hair is not how it used to be. It's still a little like creamy. Yeah. I don't know. Like I never knew that Eraserhead thing until you pointed it out. But he does have like the same kind of hair as me, I think.
I was gonna put a little something gay for Trenny C, but I didn't want to get like my video removed, so I picked it out.
Yeah, probably
You should
better.
have put like a burning tire fire or something.
Yeah, you should have put like Beavis or Butthead or Dumb and Dumber or one
I
of
was thinking actually of putting like Scott and Bart because they're just a rip off of the Scotch.
The poor man's version of the Scotch.
Poor Trenny. They don't know what a blind challenge is.
I love it. That was they asked us to like big up the like trash talk in the comments. So the first thing I said was, "Did you guys miss the memo? You're supposed to do this blind." Like, what do you mean? What were we supposed to do? I'm like, well, for starters, you could have like poured for each other and then mixed up the order.
Yeah, they were really confused because I told them, like, dudes, this is supposed to be blind. And they're like, what do you mean? Of course it's blind. We don't know what's in the blends. I'm like, no, you idiots. You're not supposed to know who you're drinking. You're drinking it. It's like,
I think Clementine was just nervous because there was a cat around, so she was really scared.
Good old Clementine.
they're like, oh, I guess we didn't get the memo that it didn't have to be Canadian whiskey. I'm like, you literally did get the memo. It was an email. There was there was
a number of emails.
Physical memo.
Next time we hire someone to go over there and just like use like pictures, like a picture book, and just be like, this is how you do it.
They do need like a kindergarten teacher to help them out with things for sure.
Canadian don't know how to drink whiskey.
Trenny C, dumb as can be. Can't figure out a whiskey tasting.
Now buy our coins.
They're not even here to defend themselves.
I gotta feel bad ripping them, but not really. Whatever.
They got a hole in their coin too. They're all excited about it.
Yeah, it's a bottle opener now or something, right?
I think their coin's actually pretty cool. I want to get one.
I like the idea of that because of the dual channel, but yeah, no, it's a cool idea.
Although it doesn't really work if you want to put it on top of your glass. It's not like
No.
Well, they were showing it last night, and I go, Trenny, you really like snipping those holes, don't you?
I mean, it's like oh my god, it's like a sippy cup now.
Yeah,
it's a sippy cup because they're in kindergarten.
They fooled us all. It's so that people buy two, so they just put them opposite ways to cover up the hole.
Look at that.
They're playing possum. They're not as dumb as they look.
So right now, I'm not drinking the blend yet. I'm just getting a bit of a palate opener. My wife picked this up in Washington for me. It's not bad. It's
single barrel?
Jack Daniel's single barrel, the airport traveler's exclusive.
Oh, wow.
The traveler's exclusive, the 100 proof.
Yeah, bottled in wine.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Bottle and bond, yeah. Not bad.
If you guys are just joining in, just to recap real quick, if you came late,
guys, here comes the bragging.
The winner of the competition and the master blender is myself, of course. It was a close one between me and Mark, but I edged him out, and then the rear was brought up by these goofballs. Trenny C, obviously, when you blend all Canadian whiskey, you're going up against Scotch and some other good stuff. It's kind of hard to make a whiskey that can compete with that, but they went all Canadian, and that was that. So yeah, I'm the winner. I was gonna make a trophy for myself, but then I thought, I'm like, maybe I'll still do it. Something to look nice on the shelf.
I mean, I mean, at the very least, I feel like we should all pitch in for one trophy, and then the winner just kind of carries it over a couple of months.
Yeah, maybe do like some plaques on it so you can have your name engraved, like for if we do it like yearly or whatever, you know.
Yeah, like maybe next time you can send everybody the memo so they know, you know.
Yeah. I took a screen grab of the actual memo. I want Trenny C to jump in the chat so I can show that to them and how very simple. Because I'm like, oh, maybe I like confused them with my email, and then I reread it, and it was very, very simple. It's like 3 instructions. Malted Montreal, throw in the super chat. There's a gong for you.
Yay!
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I guess we haven't asked that. What's everyone drinking tonight? I'm drinking my own blend because it's so good. What do you guys got?
Are you for? Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm doing the blend that I wanted to put in, but you didn't let me.
Oh my god.
This bad boy.
Is that every single malt you ever reviewed?
It's all the Cask Strength whiskey, single malts.
I got one of those. Well, not the Cask Strength. I got one that's just every single malt I ever reviewed, every bourbon I ever reviewed, every rum I ever reviewed.
Nice.
I got like one of those things.
A splash of everything?
Yeah. Just for memory.
Go Habs is saying I should do a championship belt so I can wear it to all the whiskey events. Yeah, that'd be cool if I went up to like Don Livermore and be like, "You are nothing. Look at this."
The blending map.
In for a belt.
Blending melt. Yeah, I should do it.
You can fool
They're
it.
relatively expensive too. Because I was looking at getting one for my football fantasy league that I won last year, and just to show up on draft day with this big belt and just walk in the champ. they're like $120 if you want to get like just the basic one.
You gotta get the one that spins in the middle.
Oh,
Stephen Bond are drinking some heavy duty shit. Ben Nivis 21.
Nice.
damn.
Is that an official bottling of Ben Nivis?
Mm.
I think so. He didn't put an independent bottler.
Yeah, I've had some really good independent bottles of Ben Nivis before.
I'm gonna pour some of Jeremy's blend. No, I'll do Rob's.
I'm doing Rob's too, actually.
I'm gonna do Rob's.
I'm gonna do Mark's.
I'm saving Mark's for last.
I'm gonna toss Mark's off the table and break it.
Why Mark's? Do that for points.
Just because it'll be an homage to him breaking the coconut.
Oh, poor guy. He's so nice. That's so.
It's the nice ones you gotta look out for.
What would you guys change for next time? Let's can we discuss that a little bit? What would you want to add and stuff like that?
I think we should do like a under $30 bottle blend challenge.
That's hard in Ontario.
Or like under 40 because we're Canadian and everything's too expensive here. But something like cheap, and see if we can make cheap shit taste good.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Why don't we say that the predominant one predominant edition is going to be a sub $40 bottle, and you have to make the like that mass better. Because if we all just use under $40 whiskey, it's all just essentially bourbon. Bourbon and Canadian whiskey.
Bourbon. I think it'd be hard to blend bourbon because I mean it's just gonna all taste like the same thing. I think at some point, right?
Yeah, because there's bourbon's only 4 freaking flavors. So
right, it's just oak, vanilla, and caramel and
corn.
Cherry, corn.
Unless you're talking about Texas whiskey, and then Texas whiskey is fucking great.
I'm going to just say something really quick. I don't mean to hog anybody's time, and I'm going to shut up and let everyone talk. Go Habs is asking about this summertime's meetup in Montreal with Rob and Jeremy's Social Sipper Club. If you want to come because you're in Toronto, you're more than welcome.
What day is that?
Me and my friend Julien are going to be setting that stuff up. It should be whenever Rob and Jeremy are ready to come down, just give us like 2 weeks notice and we get that thing set up off the ground.
Okay.
We already have a place that's ours every time we want to throw an event. So we just need about maybe 2-3 weeks notice. And we can throw that shit together. And whoever is in the eastern part of Canada or wherever, I don't really care. If you guys want to come all the way from Australia, you're more than welcome. Pay the tickets. Yeah, so we're going to do a Canadian YouTuber meetup. So it's going to be good times.
I'm interested in that. That sounds cool.
In the city of Montreal.
I love Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Montreal.
We'll hit some strip clubs together. Whole night. It'll be good.
Is Wanda still around?
Which one?
Wanda, is it Wanda's or Wendy's?
Wendy's. Are you talking about? I don't know. The only strip club I know is Solid Gold.
I think it's still around. I used to go to that one all the time when I was younger.
I remember Super Sex was the big one, and like Lady Marianne or something like that.
I'm afraid of Super Sex. I went there once when I was 19 and I saw a stripper with a tail. I was like, never going back there again.
You'd hate Japan then.
Mutants on stage.
That's why you go to Montreal. You get all the cool freak show stuff there.
Yeah. It's like you just saw she had like the tailbone up thing that happened going on, and I was like 19, and I was so shocked and scared. I was like, what the hell is that? Never went back. Good times. Rob's just like uncomfortably laughing.
My wife is here now. You guys picked the best topic.
Rob can't tell his strip club stories now.
Hey, strip clubs
Oh.
love when husbands bring their wives. That's my wife. She gets free drinks all the time. Good times. Chicken wings. Rob's all right.
He's over there sweating right now.
I've never been to a strip club in Montreal, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, Mrs. Rob in the 6th.
Niagara, yes. Toronto, yes, but never Montreal.
Never.
I've only been to Montreal probably, well, 3 times total, but only once in my adult life. So,
Well, all the more reason to go back.
yeah. Well, something's up with my palate tonight. Like everything I pour sucks, so I'm basically like dumping. Like if you guys see me like fiddling around with bottles over here, it's because I can't find something I like. I might switch to beer soon.
Jeez.
I wanted to behave tonight, so I didn't bring any beer.
That makes you. That's when you get out of control. Is
When I start double fisting, it gets out of control. You know that.
No, not from experience anyway.
Bob, which 12-year-old did you use, the 16 or the 17? The Lag 12.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
The 17.
17?
Jeremy has the remainder of my 16. I think.
Oh.
I want to get the 18. I haven't seen it around though.
It's
I think 18 is not as good as either the 16 or the 17.
Oh, really?
it's in
That's what
Alberta.
I heard. I'll still try it, but that's what I heard. That's why I haven't been like dying, because it's on websites that shall be unnamed, but it's there. So I was considering picking one up, but
Yeah.
I've just everything that I've heard is like I don't know if I want to spend the money to grab it and it not be as good as a 17.
Yeah. That's honestly, there's only a few whiskeys that I'm gonna buy every year, and it's the Long Row Reds. It's the Macallan editions, even though I didn't like the 4 that much. It's the classic cut. There's like only a few that I'll actually go after every year, but I mean, I really like that 12, but I don't know. I don't think I'll buy the 18.
Someone's asking you, Rob, where you find your Macallan's minis. I'm going to tell you right now, I was in the States for a month traveling all over. I don't know where you found those minis, because I was looking for minis like a motherfucker, because you can bring tons of minis with you on the plane, and you won't really have to tell them about it and stuff, and you can hide them. So I wanted to bring like a bunch of them, and I couldn't find anything up there. So where did you find your minis?
I was we were in Scottsdale. Yeah. Scottsdale, Arizona. I went to the Total Wine there. I think is Total Wine. That was it. Yeah. There's like a whole like little bunker of Macallan 12-year-old minis. So I grabbed 5 for the week.
America does that great. They have like if you go into a liquor store, they have so many minis that it's like. Last time I was in Vegas, I was gonna pick up like 20 of them and just bring them all home. I don't know why I didn't. I regret it, but
I don't know where you guys found them. I was in Vegas. I couldn't find. All I could find was like Johnny Walker Black, Johnny Walker Red.
Did you leave the strip, or were you?
Yeah, I was on the strip. I was staying at the Flamingo.
No. I'm saying, did you leave the strip?
Yeah, I left. Well, I went to Old Vegas for a little bit, but other than that, I was in Boulder for like 5 minutes, but like right outside of Vegas. But
Yeah, there's a couple of I forget which one that was brought to. A buddy of mine that lives out there brought me to a couple different stores out in the suburbs, and like it was like chock full of stuff, like ridiculous. I found my Lagavulin 12-year 17 edition there for like $105, $110 US. Like it was like this ridiculous pricing, but yeah, off the strip you can get a lot.
Yeah, I've seen some in Florida. Like Florida and California both have like big whiskey, retailers, distributors. It seems like those states bring in a lot of good stuff. So you can find minis in those 2 states for sure. Total Wine. Total Wine's a great store too.
Yeah. Total Wine is pretty much everywhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
And they'll have minis, as far as I know, in every single location.
So Jeremy, you never told us what made you decide to make your blend the way you made it.
Well, my thought process was I wanted to do Oloroso heavy because that's what I like. And it's hard to find a good Oloroso sherry that's also peated. I think like it's either really heavily peated with some sherry in it or just sherry only. So that's what I was kind of going for. I wanted to make a sherry heavy whiskey with a little bit of peat in there.
The only Oloroso sherry peated whiskey I ever tried that was like really good was the Ben Riek 18. Like, it's no longer, it's discontinued though.
Yeah.
That one was delicious.
Yeah,
You have that, Rob?
yeah, I have it. I haven't reviewed it yet. I have it sitting upstairs. I made a trade with Peter White, but the unwritten rule was that I had to open it, which I had no problem doing because that bottle is worth like $500 now. But
Really? It was like 3 years ago when it was out. It was like 140.
yeah, you can still find it at retail if it's available, but like the prices in the UK are just insane.
I'm thinking, I'm sure you've had it. I'm thinking about buying the Ben Riek 15-year-old Oloroso. Have you had it?
No, that one I haven't.
No? Has anyone had it?
Actually, I think I might have a sample of that.
It's like pretty expensive for a 15-year-old. It's
Oh my God.
I think I said where it's sold, so someone doesn't get mad, but it's like $180 for a 15-year-old. So I'm just wondering if it's worth it.
I think my favorite Ben Riek, I think, was the Solist, the 17-year-old port finished one. I think that's what I'm thinking of. It was really
I think
good.
the best Ben Riek that I've ever tasted, and one of the best whiskeys I've ever tasted, was the Ben Riek 22 Moscatel.
I gotta try. I'll trade you some of the 22-year-old rum cast for that Moscatel. You have any left? No?
Say that again, sorry?
I said I'll trade you some Ben Riek 22-year-old rum cask for some of that Moscatel.
That Moscatel is long gone, buddy.
All right. The rum cast's all right.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. The Solstice 17 port. That was the best Ben Riek I've had, for sure. I'm going back to Mark's blend, and I do really like Mark's blend. I think, Swami, you're right about this one. This one does taste like it could be like a bottled whiskey. It doesn't taste like too Frankenstein-y. It's balanced for sure.
I even said it in my video. I said it could be a Glenfiddich 12-year-old for all I know. But it reminded me a lot of Ball Blair, and I said that a lot. And it just, when I met that, it's you kind of have to go with what you've had. So to me, the green apple and the pear and everything that was coming out very Ball Blairish.
Yeah, I think that's what I said too. It was like very fruit forward, like a fruit cocktail. You get those apples, those pears.
Yeah,
it's good.
I wouldn't have expected him to put like Glenfiddich in there. So I was like, it can't be just like Glenfiddich 12. So I was trying to, give him some credit and say Ball Blair or something like that. But at the end, he did put Glenfiddich in there, didn't he? Wasn't it one of them?
His video's not up anymore. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. But like on the nose, I completely agree with you. And he wasn't even on the top on my list for nose, on the nose. But he on the taste, it was fantastic. Like it completely changes. It's not as basic on the taste than it is on the nose for me.
Yeah. I like again, Rob's, I'm drinking it right now. It's really nice now that I've kind of let it open it up a little bit more. I think it's because I drank it directly after opening it, and it wasn't as evolved yet. Now, as I nose it, I am getting a lot more of the notes and the flavors of the bottles that he's put in. I am getting a lot of Lagavulin 12 and everything now. But when I first opened it, it was just, I thought Rob's was Jeremy's, to be honest. I really thought Rob's was Jeremy's. Because I was figuring Rob was just going to do a sherry bomb like there's no tomorrow. And I figured that was going to be Rob's.
I thought a few of you guys would think that. That's why I kind of tried to go off. I mean, although my channel I've been reviewing some different things these days. A lot. I think majority of what I review is peated. So
Yeah, I know, but I just figured it's not an insult. Scott is the same way. Scott does like everything in the world, but Scott has got a crazy sweet tooth like there's no tomorrow, and he loves that Glendronach Parliament 21. Like, you know, it's life and death. So I'm saying some people just have certain taste profiles that they just prefer. Like I like gross young peated whiskeys, and a lot of people don't. So, you know.
How dare you call them gross?
Well, I like to say gross because they, you know,
I
like I like Kilhoman, and that's one thing Vito and myself have in common. He seems to enjoy Kilhoman too. So, from what I've seen in your videos, so. And yeah, if you would have thought Vito, because you were nosing mine and said Brook Laddie, it's close because Brook Laddie and Kilhoman share the same barley for some time, so they have a similar profile.
Yeah, that's what I thought with yours. I thought you had some Brook Laddie in there.
Yeah.
It's that farm barley that they get.
I love that. I love that.
Rockside Farm.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Trenny or C, or are they gonna ghost us?
Yeah, no word from.
They have abandoned ship.
They're embarrassed. They're hanging their heads in shame.
Oh wow, I can't speak. I've had too much whiskey now. Have they taken down their video?
I hope not. I liked their video. I was laughing through the whole thing.
I like it too. I liked everyone. Everyone's video was very entertaining except for Mark's. Mark's was very long-winded as usual. He had to make it 49 minutes long.
I loved watching Mark. So I was like, because like I like to just mash mine down. Like I eliminate all empty. Like I try to eliminate all empty spots where I'm just like tasting or I'm smelling, and I'm just watching Mark, and I'm just like, holy God, this is 50 minutes.
That's what I'm like. Click on Mark's video. It's like 48 minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness, you gotta get an editor, dude. Real quick, Lisa sent a super chat. Thank you very much. There's a gong for you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kanpai, Lisa. Arigato gozaimasu.
Reminded me, I just watched Bloodsport 2 days ago for that gong. The Kumatai has begun.
Whiskey Quest. I'm not too sure why can't I remember his name? But yeah, I watched the entire video too. I learned in that video because I haven't watched very much of Mark's videos, but I learned very quickly that I was like, I enjoy listening to Mark speak.
Wow.
He just
I learned that Mark can really bring back
nice way of he presents things.
Well, Mark kind of did his as more like an instructional video on blending, more or less.
Yeah.
Right? It was more kind of like, here's my process while I'm doing the challenge at the same time, kind of thing. So
Mark would be great at that. He should just do instructional videos.
Yeah.
He was a teacher at a college for a long time. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I'm actually very much looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I think we'll do it again. Obviously, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a good success. I mean, we'll bring in some more people. The more we bring in, the more difficult it is to organize. But I think
we spent some time and kind of iron out a lot of things that we kind of encountered like as obstacles this time.
Yeah, I'm sure Trenny C would like a do-over now that they know that they could put Scotch in the blend. I mean,
we definitely got to bring in Food Quig on the next one.
We'll bring in Quig. Yeah, we'll bring in Quig. I don't know if Daniel can get off the board and want to blend some whiskey or what. He doesn't open any of his bottles, so he's got a limited selection to deal with.
Daniel just put a lot of anger and hate into his.
I'm actually a little bit afraid to get any samples from here on in from Daniel.
I was afraid to taste Vito's, to be honest, for a little while.
So. Why?
Did you know why? I don't want to bring
it.
No, I just thought there'd be a lot of pee.
I wanted to stay away from it just because I feel like people know me well enough that it's like I enjoy peat. I didn't want it, but I ended up still using half of it was a peated.
No, I said pee.
Oh, pee. Oh, shit.
I'm thinking urine. But then I figured
I'm not an animal, man.
I figured the Cask Strength would kill whatever urine was in there, and I was like, just be a man, drink it.
Well, no, Swami thought that, after bashing Whiskey Tribe often as much as he does, that you'd be like, oh, I'm getting you back for this.
I don't bash the tribe. Everyone get that out here. I never bash tribe. I bash.
Let's not get into it. Let's not.
Yeah.
I don't dabble in the revenge hold grudges game, so
good.
Here we go. Shots being fired. Honestly, Jeremy, you did a good job, buddy. Kudos to you. In the 3.5 years that I've been doing this, I never thought to do a blending challenge. I thought that was pretty cool of you to do that.
There's a reason why he's got so many subs.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I bought them.
Yeah, I purchased them all.
Just kidding.
That's way to get ahead.
I was so proud of you for that, by the way. That viral video really, people love their Johnny Walker.
Well, you know what? That was like when I first, even before I started doing YouTube, I had that idea and I shared it with Rob and I was like, we should do this on your channel. Do the entire range of Johnny Walker because no one had done that before. And it's kind of interesting, I thought. And we never did it. Good thing because I obviously did it way better on my channel. So.
Wow.
Boom, shots fired.
But no, it was great. I love this blending challenge, and we'll definitely do it again. We'll get some more people in it. We could relegate Trenny C so we can do it a lot faster maybe next time.
No one knows how long it took us to get Trenny C samples. I swear to God, we all got our stuff like 3 months ago and just waiting.
Yeah, this should have been done at least 2 months ago.
Like smoking too much of that Vancouver weed, man. They just taking their time.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't believe when I looked back at the first email I sent out. It was January 14th. I'm like, I can't believe how long ago this was and how long it took us to get to this point. But yeah, all Trenny C's fault for sure.
Mike, that's crazy. Wanted to join the challenge, but I told him you have to be at least this tall to get in. So he was out.
Fuck, I'd probably fail then.
Yeah. Same thing with Julien. I wanted to get in, but I told him you have to speak English. So he's out.
The language barrier would have been a little bit difficult on the live.
Well, he keeps on, everything smells like cucumbers to him. So.
Man.
I'm never gonna get over that. I left it in the video. He never noticed, by the way. But like my eyes just came out of my head. It's like I smell lots of cucumber.
All right. Well, I think with that we'll wrap it up. Swami, tell them what's going up on your channel, where to find you, all that stuff.
4 years now, same place, Malted in Montreal. You can sub after probably 3 weeks. I'll offend you somehow and you'll unsub. So come on by. We'll have a good time for those 4 weeks that you're a member of my channel. I'll be here.
All right, Vito, you go ahead.
Yeah, so you can find myself as well as the other two gentlemen that run the channel with me, Brad and Josh, over at Cask Strength. We're relatively new, so we're still kind of getting our feet wet and figuring everything out, but come join us for the ride. We're super professional at what we do. So
all right, Rob.
Yeah, I'm doing this new thing where basically like my Patreons vote for whatever I review. I think it's going pretty cool. This Monday will be Octomore 9.3, so you guys haven't subbed already, check me out, and then you guys will see an Octomore 9.3 video coming out this Monday.
And for myself, my next couple reviews, I'm giving a whiskey the highest score I've ever given one, and then another whiskey the lowest score I've ever given one. So big contrast coming up in the next couple of videos, so stay tuned for that. Just want to thank everyone for doing this challenge. It was awesome. Had a lot of good fun. Next time we'll get some more people involved, make it bigger and better. And thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Go check out Scotch for Dummies. Sorry, go ahead, Vito.
We also check out Trenny C's YouTube channel and the Whisky Whistle Mark's channel as well. They were participants in this as well, so go show them some love.
Yeah, go check them out. All the links to all of our channels are all in the description, so you can check that out. I'll post the results in there as well, so you can see the final score, and of course, yours truly winning the competition.
So humble.
The belt's gonna say humble blending champion.
Yeah, I gotta add that to my business card. All right, appreciate it, everyone. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.